So it's episode 27 of the Digital Marketing Masters podcast, and welcome. This is your host, Yolanda Rose, and every week I bring you easy, actionable content, strategies, and tips that you can implement in your business almost immediately and see amazing growth that you are looking for on your online platforms. So today we're talking about the latest updates that are going to be implemented on the Facebook Messenger platform, and we're specifically talking about chatbots. So let's get into the strategies that you can use with the upcoming changes on the chatbot platform. So Facebook has announced major changes to its messaging policy for marketers a little while ago, and it's going to be implemented in a few weeks' time in the middle of 2019, depending on whenever you are listening to this podcast. So let's talk about what changes are actually happening on the Messenger platform. Firstly, you're going to have to be approved to send any form of subscription messaging. Now, if your Facebook business page has not been approved for subscription messaging, then you need to send out messages as sponsored messages, which is the paid ad format. Whereas when you have a chatbot in place, you don't pay for those messages. So the first thing that you need to do is actually apply for subscription messaging. Now, if you check the show notes of this podcast, you will find a link where I show you a video demonstration on how you can apply for subscription messaging permissions on Facebook Messenger. So if you are approved for subscription messaging, you want to send promotional messages, and these messages must be sent as sponsored messages. So how is this different from before? Well, previously, whatever chatbot platform you were using, you could send chat blast, even if the page didn't have subscription messaging approval. Facebook was very generous in providing that blanket approval for all chatbot users. However, with this change, you have to seek approval from Facebook if you want to be using chatbots in your marketing. So this change will come into effect on July 31 when it comes to the APIs, settings and things like that. However, this rule was implemented on the 30th of April of this year. Well, what's not changing on the Messenger platform is the 24+1 policy, which basically allows you to message new contacts, that's unlimited contacts, for free during the first 24 hours in which they engage with your chatbot. So let's say somebody sends your page a message. Your bot pings them back and they respond and so forth. So this happens free for the first 24 hours. After that, the first free communication shuts down. Well, almost. You can send them just one more promotional message outside of the 24-hour window for free. So note, if your page is not approved for subscription messaging, you can carry on unlimited non-promotional messenger conversations with your contacts for free. So subscription messaging still exists for pages that have been approved. Yes, you can send chat blasts and interact with your subscribers. So it's business as usual for any business already approved at page level for subscription messaging. So when it comes to the non-promotional messaging rules, the major rule about subscription messaging is this: no promotional content allowed. Absolutely nothing. Violation of these rules is one of the reasons why Facebook is making all of these changes on the Messenger platform. Facebook is all about improving the user experience, and people are not online to be bombarded with promotional messages from the 100+ groups or pages that they are subscribed. So what can you do to get your chatbot game up and running and add it to your online marketing arsenal? Firstly, you got to be providing valuable content for your subscribers. Now, the best messenger marketing strategies are driven by communication, education, and nurturing an engaged audience. And by doing all of this, it means that you're providing value to your subscribers from the very first interaction to the sale and beyond. One of the greatest uses of the Messenger platform is to engage and to nurture people and to prime them for the sale. And if you're not doing that, just forget about chatbot marketing altogether, and you don't really qualify if you're not willing to go through that nurturing with your potential clients. The way you make yourself special on social media is by having information that most people don't have. I have about 3 or so clients on various sectors, from financial services to e-commerce to online course creators, all generating leads, chatbot marketing, by providing valuable content for their subscribers. So it's a concept that is still working. It hasn't changed from the early beginnings of chatbot marketing. So this is something that hasn't changed. So all you need to do is get your page level subscriptions done from Facebook. Another value bomb that you should be using in your chatbot marketing is to send ads to warm audiences. Now, warm audiences are people who already know about your brand and your products and your services. So sending sponsored messages or click to messenger type ads to them are a great way to reduce costs versus going after a cold audience. You should know by now that a cold lead is far more expensive than a warm lead, and it can be up to 3 to 4 times more expensive. So when you use a warm audience in your ad, it brings the pricing down. Remarketing to your messenger audience is a great way to get them engaging with your bot, to bring them back any of one of your sequences that you have in place to prime them for a sale. Remember that once your customer re-engages with your bot, you refresh the 24+1 rule, which can nurture them into a new sequence. One more strategy that you can use is to create engaging organic sequences. Now, the more you learn about your customers, the better you can personalize your message to them. For messenger marketers, this means creating segmented niche sequences that help subscribers reach their goals. What I've started doing that has really helped me see high engagement rates for myself and for my clients, I tend to make my sequences shorter, let's say 3 or 5 days, with very high engagements all the way through. So people are constantly clicking buttons and constantly doing something. So you're kind of keeping within that, so you can legitimately give an upsell at the end of it. Try, if you don't have any of these shorter sequences, try these 3 to 5 day sequences where you're putting enough buttons in there that give people options, yet you are still controlling the narrative on how you're communicating with your potential audience. So the main takeaway from today's session is to apply for your subscription messaging and to try out these shorter high engagement sequences on your messenger chatbot. Now, if you want to get started with chatbots, and if you're not already comfortable implementing chatbots for your Facebook marketing, I want you to join me in my private Facebook group called Get Leads and Sales Online. I'm going to post a link in the show notes, so click on the link and I'll see you inside the group. And we're going to do a few free sessions on how you can generate leads and sales online by using chatbots. Okay, so join me in the group. I'm going to give you a date and time on when those masterclasses are going to be happening. It's all going to be happening in that group. So whatever niche you're in, whichever country you're in, join me in that group. We're going to be doing some really powerful short strategies that you can start using almost immediately. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. You're going to see exactly how I run my campaign, see the wording, see the flows, and see the strategies that I use for my clients all over the world to get them leads and sales online. All right, so this has been episode 27 of the Digital Marketing Masters podcast. I'll chat to you next week.